everybody. If I have done everything right, then we're alive. And I want to say Happy New Year's Eve to you. I hope you have a wonderful New Year's Eve and looking forward to a wonderful 2021. One of the things I want to talk to you about, there's a few things I want to talk to you about today is, first of all, I want to talk about closing 2020. Closing 2020. Whenever you work on a document, those who work on computers know that when you close a document, it gives you that option to save. That's the first thing it gives you the option to save. And once you choose to save a document, then the question is save as. You have to name the document that you're going to save. So as we look at 2020, and we save in 2020, because we'll need 2020, we refer back to 2020. There are lessons in 2020 that's going to give us a better 2021. So let's not just close 2020 out and try to forget about it. Let's try to remember, take the lessons, discard the experience. Remember the lessons of what's going to make you better. The lessons are going to take you into 2021 smarter and brighter and give you a much better year. But if you take experiences of 2020, those will make you tend to want to forget everything. That means you're taking out the bad as well as the good. So keep the lessons of 2020. Make that the greatest experience that you can have. So when you close 2020, save as. So what are we going to save 2020 as? And that's only a question that you can answer. Because I think 2020 is a year that's unforgettable. It's one of those years that we'll look back in another generation. We'll remember 2020. There's some things in 2020 that we need to keep. So let's be careful about how we label it, because whatever you call it, that's its name. That's what it will be called. So if you make 2020 out to be the worst year ever, then you'll miss the good because you'll be clouded by all of the bad judgments of what you call 2020. So let's not just jump to conclusions and say this was the worst year ever. Some things happen so that other things can come to pass. You didn't know that this door that closed or this situation that happened, losing this job or this trauma, opened up the opportunity for something even greater. But as you're going through it, the event was less than pleasant. And in fact, no discipline or nothing you go through that's going to be a hardship or something that's going to be a setup for something better is pleasant while you're going through it. Sometimes you receive it as being painful. You don't want to go through this, but you have to go through labor in order for the child to be delivered. So this may be a year of laboring, maybe a year that we may not understand, but as they say in Scripture, you'll understand it better by and by. So let's not be too quick to label 2020. Now I want you to talk about focusing on the right things. And when we talk about going into 2021, create a focus. Create a focus. What we're going to focus on in 2021. Remember, what you think about, you bring about, right? So focus on those things that are good, those things that are above, because whatever things you focus on, that's what's going to, you're going to gravitate that to you. So focus on those things that are right and true and good and positive and praiseworthy. Focus on those things. That's what you want to do. Keep your mind focused on that. Think about 3 things for 2021. 3 must-do or must-have things in 2021. Just 3 as your priorities. Maybe you want to start your business, or write a book, or get married, improve your marriage, or advance your career, spend more time with your family, spend more time with God. Whatever those things are, decide on 3 things that are must-do, things you must accomplish this year. And make that list, make those things such an integral part that you cannot deny yourself from achieving those things this year. Those are most must-do things, okay? And once you have those 3 things, think about 3 activities or 3 tasks that you're going to do every week to advance each one of those. For instance, if one of those is to improve your health, if one of your priorities for this year coming up is to improve your health, then think about 3 things you're going to do to help advance that priority. You may join a gym. You may change your diet. That means more prepared meals, eating out less. You may spend more time, getting up early, less sleeping in, or maybe just sleep more. Get on a regular schedule. So think about 3 things you're going to do to advance that priority. If your priority, one of your priorities is health. And then think about 3 activities, 3 tasks that you're going to do to advance each one of those priorities. You'll be amazed when you write it down, when you write that vision and make it plain, It's amazing how many things are trying to come to you, but it needs a focal point. When you have a vision, that's a focal point. It gives everything something to center itself on as it tries to come to you. Whatever you're looking for, whatever you're seeking, whatever you're desiring is desiring you as well. But you got to focus on it. You got to be prepared that is what you want. No, have your vision and your priorities set that this is what you want. So if you're going to advance that, you got your activities. You join the gym. When you do this, this is a track to success. You set your pathway to succeed in 2021. These are habits of highly successful people. They don't just get up and just kind of make it up as they go along, or allow happenstance to just bring about the changes that they want. They're very strategic and they're very intentional about what they want, and they go about achieving it. Every day, you'll be doing something to move you toward the priorities that you've set. So make sure you got priorities and set those priorities and stay on them. Together, we can do this. We can do this. But one of the things that we'll talk about, another thing is about community. You can't do it alone. That's one thing I've found when I've struggled the most. When I've struggled the most is when I've tried to do things alone. You need people around you. They're going to be, the right people. I know we all got people. There's some people you want to get rid of in 2021, but you need to find the people who are going to help you to move in the direction in which you want to go. And in 2021, that means you may have to share, you may have to let some people go so that there's more room for the people that you really need to have. Because you only have so much space and so much time and so much energy in this new year. And you can't expend your time and energy and your resources on things that are bringing you down. So start cutting those things that are not allowing you to move forward. Cut the weight. It means trimming or pruning. Whatever is going to allow you to be more fruitful, go about the process of pruning so that you can make this your best year yet. But you will need people that's going to allow you to move forward. You can't know everything. I find that I have a lane and you have a lane. Stay in your lane. There's a lot of things I can do and I've learned how to do, but even with all the things I know how to do, I can't do them all. I have to have some people that have to delegate, allow some people to do things that I don't do as well, so I can focus on my strengths. So find what are your strengths and focus on your strengths and let other people around you do things and take up the slack on things that you don't do as well. Because the things that you don't do as well, I'll bet there are people that can just, this is what they do, this is their niche. So find people around you that's going to help you where everyone's passing the ball back and forth and you're able to advance because everyone is moving together as a team. Remember that acronym for team is together, everyone achieves more. So think about your team that's going to allow you to achieve more as you move forward. And one of the things that I'm doing with my business is I'm setting up community. And for those that are joining my list, I'm contacting you. I'm launching my course. In fact, the beginning of the year is tomorrow. I'm launching my course tomorrow, so you'll get an email or something that allows you to opt in and be part of this community. And what I'm trying to form is a community of people that are like-minded, focus on their health and their priorities and their success, and we're going to just cheer each other on, and we're going to be there to kind of be that support team. And we want to see what we can do between now and the beginning of the year and the end of the year. We're going to be sharing our successes, our wins, and helping support each other. But I want to see people that are willing to step forward. And we're just going to just strive to do this together as a team. So my goal is to have community with people that are like-minded. And we'll have a private group, like this is a Facebook public group right now, but we'll have a private group where we'll chat and we'll share resources, we'll share notes and wins and losses, and I'm hoping this to be something big. So look forward to that. Climate change is another thing I want to talk about just quickly. Climate change. For those who watch nature shows, and I like watching, although those are kind of relaxing to watch and see how nature really works, because a lot of our instincts are found in the beasts and the animals because we have a lot of the same instincts. But what I found is that in Africa, in certain places, there'll be a big oasis. And there may be a bunch of wildebeest or whatever they're out there, and they all are here at this oasis, and it's green, and it's plenty of water. And then the whole herd will start migrating. they will leave and start migrating north or wherever they will go. And you're thinking, that's odd. I mean, there's still plush, there's still fertile ground here, there's plenty of water, but they start migrating. Now, why do they do that? Because instinctively they know that the climate is changing. The climate is changing. That means that the summer heat is starting to come in and this oasis is going to dry up. So they don't wait for the weather to change. They move when the climate begins to change. See, businesses are vital when they understand climate change. When you understand climate change, that's the time to start moving. Don't wait for the weather to change. It's too late. See, the last day of summer looks a lot like the first day of fall, but the climate has changed. The weather may not change for several weeks or for maybe another month, but the climate changes. Move when you see the climate changing. In 2021, the climate is changing. It's time to start making your moves. Don't wait until the streams dry up. Start creating and going where there's more streams. In fact, start creating streams. For 2021, you should be thinking about different income streams. Because the security that you've had in 2020 may not be as secure in 2021. If you look at the climate, the streams are drying up. Even large corporations and smaller ones, businesses are closing. People are losing jobs. There's a lot of unknowns in 2020. The streams are drying up. The climate is changing. So if you're really prudent, you start making changes. Look at 2021. Think about income streams. What can you do in 2021? You have resources. You have abilities. You have potential. You have that. And think about what can you do? What's in your hand that you can use in 2021? Don't look too hard. It's already there. You already know what you're doing. But you may have that fear that we got to overcome to believe that you can do it. Yes, the world needs what God has given you. Use what's in your hand because the climate is changing. And the ones that are going to wait until the stream dries up, you'll notice back to nature shows, whenever the wildebeest start migrating, there's always a few that's straggling back. And they're thinking, we're going to hang around because when they're gone, all of this will be ours. But what they'll notice is that each day when the heat sets in, this stream gets smaller and smaller, and this oasis becomes just a little spot. And now it's too late to move. It's too late. It's too dangerous to try to migrate. They've waited too long. So right now, start finding out what can you do right now while the climate is changing. As we're closing 2020, we have to know that this is an opportunity. I think this is one of the best opportunities. And even though I'm not mitigating or minimizing all of the issues that's been in 2020, the loss of lives, the loss of jobs, the economy, I know there's a lot of things that we can count. But some things don't get fixed until other things break. This could be a breakdown or a breakthrough or a breaking point for you. 2020 could have been the best and one of the biggest blessings in your life. You may not understand it. Look at this for the opportunity that it might be. And that's what I'm always seeing. I'm that eternal optimist, remember? I'm always seeing this glass as being half full. I'm always taking those lemons and making lemonade and lemon meringue pie and lemon cookies and lemon. I'm seeing this for the potential that's being granted to us. It's an opportunity. We're going to take the lesson, everything that we can learn from 2020, and we're going to make it a better 2021. Remember, 2018 was warm-up, 2019 was rehearsal, 2020 was the pre-game, but 2021 is the game. We're moving on to the field in 2021. You're going to make this your best year yet. I believe that. So go onto my list. If you're not going onto my list, it's drgenejames.com. Just sign up on whatever it is. Some great things are coming, I promise you. And I want to take you along with me in 2021. Let's do some awesome things together. All right? That's it, guys. See you in 2021.